Good evening, designers, and welcome to a special edition of Game of Rugs. I believe that this is technically episode 23, but I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to publish it on YouTube, because today we are going to be doing a special edition on the art of the dump room. And I was inspired to do this by yesterday's show where we briefly covered what's in a dump room, and where I also realized that the last challenge for the Timeless 20s series had been released. And this is that challenge. When you do a series, you only need to do 4 out of 5 of the room challenges in order to win the series prize. And I have won my series prize because I've done 4 of them. And, the series prize is perfectly if you are into this rug. I'm not. I mean, it's fine. I'll definitely use it for something. But when I was doing yesterday's episode, or when I was doing episode 22, and I was explaining what a dump room was, I was saying how impossible the requirements for the 5th room in a series often are. And that's why it's better to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you can, because then you don't get screwed by number 5. So this room wants 5 Worlds Away items. Or 6, sorry, it wants 6 Worlds Away items. And my point was, I don't have 6 Worlds Away items. I'm not made of money. And, they're expensive, they're hard to use. People tend not to buy them on a whim. And I just started hitting different furniture requirements to show that I don't have the stuff. It turns out I do actually have some stuff. It's all mismatched, and none of it looks good together. I have, for example, this sideboard. It's green, and I only used it for literally a tea room challenge months ago. I haven't used it since. I can't imagine when I will use it again. I also have 2 chairs. They're mismatched chairs, and I can't imagine using either one of these again. There is a small chance that I would use the white and orange chair because I love it, but I've never scored well with it. So it might be time to make some money with it. What else do I have that's worlds away? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have 2 console tables. I have this crisscross console table, and I have, or sideboard, I can never remember what they call it. They're sideboards in this game. And I have this one, and I use my crisscross one all the time. I very, very rarely use the Bailey one, the gray one. So, and I have 3 of them, and I'm more than happy to part with one of them. So now that's that's everything I have. I do not have any stools. I do not have a coffee table. I do not have an ottoman. I do not have a couch. And I do not have an end table, an accent table. But I think it's interesting to note that this room is requesting 2 accent tables. And I have 4 out of 6 Worlds Away items. It's requesting 2 cocktail accent tables. So if I can buy 1 accent table and use it twice, I will have filled the room requirement. So these are all our Worlds Away coffee tables, and they range from $2,000 down to, I see one for $498. I literally am now just looking for the cheapest Worlds Away coffee table I can find. I see one for $498. I see one for $480. Ah, I see one for $444. $498. $1,200. $375. I see a Worlds Away accent table for $375. So let us stick that in there twice and just check if there's anything less. Oh, okay, there is. There's a Worlds Away Georgia coffee sub table. I mean, what is this, and when is anyone going to use it? Loves, that's a plant stand. You can call it an accent table all you like. That is a plant stand. It's a $248 plant stand. So I might be better off buying this for $375. It looks quite useful. The plant stand I'm never going to use the other three of. Anyway, so we're going to buy one or the other of those. $248, $375. I'm just checking. Okay, I do actually often buy this. And it's $348. I might buy that. Anyway, here I am messing around. And, okay, I'm going to buy that in gold. That's what I'm going to do. This is the least expensive item. It's the plant stand. And, I mean, I'm sure you can get an ashtray or a lamp on it. It's fine. But I'm going to buy it in gold because I will use it in gold. I will find a way to use it in gold. Okay. So, now... Okay, so now we have 6 Worlds Away items. Okay, but that is not where the magic of the jump room ends, because we can fill the rest of the room requirements with things that we don't like or will never use, or have wished would leave our inventories for quite a long time. The easiest way to figure out what you're not using is look at the things you have the most of. So I have a bunch of that black leather sofa, but that's because I just bought it. Am I ever going to use those? You know, I might. In an ice cream store or something, I might use them. And it's useful to have 2 of them. I do genuinely hate this Apartment 2B Harrison sofa. It's so 80s. The color is 80s. The fabric is 80s. The the whole feet framing system on the bottom could not be more 80s. It's just awful. So that's a contender. I have 3 of those. I'm happy to get rid of one. I don't like them. I rarely use them. The other option, the other contender in my inventory is to get rid of one of these. And I know everybody's like, oh my God, no, don't dump the Taylor Burke. It is useful for challenges, but oh, I hate this color. I hate having to buy the, $3,000 chairs that match this. And, you know, if I only have 4 of them for the rest of my life, instead of 5 of them, I feel like I'm still going to be able to die a happy woman. So, and then we do the same thing with all of the other items, the object being to get rid of the stuff that you only have, 1 out of 5 of in your rooms. Like, for example, here we go, this DWR Womb Ottoman I have had since the 2nd or 3rd day that I played this game. That is how long it has taken me to get rid of them. So I think I'm definitely going to use that ottoman. And I'm sure there's a coffee table I hate. Or if not hate, here are two good contenders. This coffee table is so small, it's pointless and annoying because of the size. The size is annoying. So I use it in white and gold rooms, but it's not my favorite. I also, this table is very hard to use. I find it hard to use. It's not white, it's not really off-white, and the glass is tinted. It's weird. So that might be okay. Or I could get rid of one of these rocks. Remember when we all won the rock coffee tables? If I have to do that, the black one is a lot easier to use in rooms than this tiny stone pebble table. So there's that. And I think that's probably the one that I'm going to go with. And for stools, a very particular thing. Look at what you have the most of that's cheapest. So, I only have, I guess there aren't really any expensive stools. But, if I only had one of these Noir stools that was 453, I might hold on to them. Or these drum stools are 500. So I would probably hold on to those. But in this particular case, what I definitely knew I was going to get rid of was these Madeira Home Minnow Blue stools. They were $188, and I bought them to decorate a Greek themed room a while back. And now we need a rug. This is the rug I hate the most. So that is the rug that should go into this room. However, as much as I hate it, I recognize that there are going to be challenges where it's going to be useful, for the Brady Bunch basement room that I'm sure will be coming up at some point in our history. But I have bought rugs that were mistakes, and I would be happy to make use of those rugs to make some money. So this is a good example. I bought that rug maybe for a child's room. And that would have been literally months ago. I got 5, I used 1, I still have 4. I think it makes sense to get rid of that rug in this dump room. And I don't think there's any art that we're done now. We are done. I don't know what the prize for this is, but I have a feeling that just hanging 2 pieces of art would make a difference. Is there any art that I really hate or have loads of? Generally in a dump room you do not put art, but for example, I will be happy never to see that room. I've never used that. I'm level 21. I got that at level 16, and I've never used it. Never will. So sure, let's get rid of those. What else is just so hideous? It's never been... I struggle mightily to use these blue leaf things. The other leaves that we have are so much nicer in that colorway. So, what if we stuck that over there? Sure. And you're maybe, yeah, these are much nicer leaves, and I use these all the time, which is why I very, very rarely ever use these, the frosted leaves. So you may ask what the point of putting art into dump rooms is, and the optional decor and stuff. And really, it's just if you if you fill the room out with a bit more stuff, you have a better chance of winning whatever the prize for the room is. On top of that, I am genuinely happy to get rid of these pieces of art. There is no table decor that I'm happy to get rid of. I mean, I could put a blender there. I could put a blender there. It kind of looks like flowers almost. And there are no trees I want to get rid of. So I think that we're going to call it a day here with this. This is fine. So I'm trying to maximize this dump room. So let's go back and explain that. No, sorry, I didn't. Right. Okay. So this is, it costs 25 to enter, but you're earning $1,000. Okay. So I spent whatever it was, 138 on, I only had to spend 100 and, or how much did I spend on those? Sorry, this is important. We need our math to be correct. I spent $248 on these Worlds Away things, and they are the items that let me, what is the word I'm looking for? Qualify for this challenge. So we spent 248, so there's 1,000 on the table, so we're up $750, getting rid of a bunch of stuff we're never going to use and don't want. So this is a win. It's all a win. And the other thing is, though, I want to know what the prize is. This our house dresser, and it's useful. I mean, I'm not like gaggingly desperate for it to come into my inventory, but I would like to maximize my chance of maybe getting over a 4. I mean, normally a dump room would score in the 3s, but I think putting in some art and, do I want to even invest a tree here? I could get rid of one of these awful fish tanks. Lord, how I hate them. I'm sure I'll be able to make use of them on Science Day or something in the future. I wish I'd had them for the spaceship. But yeah, so that's a waste of a tree. Nobody can see it back there. But what if I put a tree there? We have something on that table. Do I have any lamps that I really hate? No. Those end tables are so small that it won't take lamps. What about that? Just stick a little horse on there. And yeah, we're done. That's it. I literally, we are ready to die of embarrassment. This is the room we are submitting. I currently have a total score of 4.62, and this room will tank it, but I'll have $750, and okay, we have now done all of our voting, and here we are ready to submit. I have filled out a couple of empty spots. I'm not using a tree. Those trees cost $925. I'm not wasting one here, but I have filled out a bunch of decor items. I've used inexpensive rose vases. I've used some tabletop decor on the back underneath the wine thing, hoping that it maybe looks more like a bar, and plants and I even stuck floor cushions down because I had extras. Um, and that's it. So we are ready to submit this room. Here we go. And our cash has increased, so that's nice. And amazingly, that room that was filled with stuff that I don't like and don't want to use had a room value of $20,000. So that has really helped move my 21 closer to a 22. So I'm pretty pleased with this overall. As a strategy, I think it's a good strategy if you need to do a couple of things. One, it's useful for freeing up cash. When you just need the money from a room, go for it. It's also useful if you're trying to level quickly, um, because your overall score doesn't make any difference to how quickly you move from 21 to 22 or 63 to 64. The only thing that makes a difference is, have you spent all of the money that that level requires to bump you to the next one. So, dump rooms can help you do that quickly. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you found this uh, episode useful. If you were unfamiliar with dump rooms or just curious to know more about how they worked, if you did enjoy the episode, I would love a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more Game of Rug episodes, please feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you join us. Thanks so much for hanging out. Bye now.